Hello everyone, this is Zilzin Ziltor, and we are doing episode 5 of the Hildibrand Manderville questline. Blah. So this, I believe, will be the last episode of the series. I was wondering when you'd show up, Tara. I hope you haven't made any plans for the night, because we've got a situation on our hands. Remember our good friend, the Phantom Thief? Well, it seems he's decided to branch out from burglary to cold-blooded murder. If the rumors are to be believed, he's claimed 3 victims already, all influential members of olden society. Mr. Manyfaces has been kind enough to leave one of his signature calling cards at every scene, leaving no doubt as to the identity of the murderer. The message is always the same. The weight of 5 corpses will bring the scales of justice to balance. More riddles. Not that you'll hear me complaining. No, the only thing my readers like more than a good mystery is a good murder mystery. Ever since the story broke, the Mithril's Eye has been selling like Pond's cakes. The only rub is that it's left me no time to look into the thief's last message, until now that is. Shall we, Tara? The hidden treasure of Ulda, was it? If there's anyone who can shed some light on this, it's you-know-who. 2 sun-silk tapestries. So that, I believe, is... I don't know where the hell that is. Oh, over here. Over here. Well, we're like over here. Well now, if it ain't my favorite venturer and my favorite Mithril Eye reporter along with her. Tell me, what have I done to deserve the pleasure of your company today? I see. As much as I like to help 2 lovely ladies, I'm afraid you found old Wyman at a loss. Ulda has more than its fair share of treasures, hidden and otherwise. I reckon our phantom friend could just be after about any of them. I can tell you this much, though. Whatever the thief's got his eyes on, it's got the Sultan sworn in a right dither. Word has that they formed a regiment of their best and brightest to safeguard the royal vaults from this very threat. The Sultan sworn aren't like to be forthcoming with information, but it's the only lead we've got. Come on, Tara. I'd say it's time we paid a visit to the heart of the sworn. Oi, hold up there, Ellie. I ain't generally the worrying type, but you may want to think twice before getting yourselves involved in this. A man in my business develops a nose for danger, and this time the stench is something fierce. You're a reporter, Ellie, and a fine one at that. Don't put that pretty neck of yours at risk trying to play hero. Your concern is touching, but I can assure you that I am ready for whatever dangers lie ahead. Besides, being a reporter is about more than selling papers. I have a duty to seek out the truth and convey it to the people. Come, Tara. Time is of the essence. Time is of the essence. Alright, so Scholar's Walk. Alright, so now we gotta go over to where the Alchemist Guild is. Ah, here we go. Gotta talk to this guy. Halt! Only authorized personnel are allowed in. They'll bugger me with a broadsword. It's the gentleman's light adventure companion and the catty but cute reporter from the Mithril Eye. Well, well, if it isn't the self-styled warrior of light. Tell me, what tall tales did you spin to the Sultan sworn recruiter to land yourself in this position? Only the 12's honest truth, miss. Seeing that gentleman of light standing tall in triumph that day, it moved me to the depths of me soul, like. I vowed to put aside my sketchy past and serve the realm just like my hero, Master Hildibrand. So this was the guy, I think, in the first episode where he lied about the sword being taken away from being taken by Gilgamesh, and now he's turned his shit around. The Sultan Sworn were impressed with my commitment and my sword arm, and they gladly welcomed me into their ranks. Wait, don't tell me. You've come to assist Master Hildibrand in his investigation, haven't you? Cor, why didn't you say so sooner? It's the least I can do to help the two ladies who united me with my role model. You've been wanting to speak with Phyllis. She's one of the Sworn's best, and something of a history buff, it seemed. When she heard the thief was targeting the 4 relics of Baladia, she personally stepped forward and volunteered to lead the investigation. If anyone has the information you're looking for, it'd be her. Wait here while I get her. I can trust you not to touch anything, sure. I guess. Whatever. A pleasure to meet you, Phyllis. My name is Ellie from the Mithril Eye. As you may have heard, we're researching the Phantom Thief case and would appreciate any information that may shed light on recent events. The pleasure is mine, Ellie, and if I'm not mistaken, that would make your companion friend here one Terra Nova, yes? Why, yes. Yes, I am Terra Nova. You know Terra? Everyone knows me. As any regular reader of the Mithril Eye would, I must confess to being something of an unabashed fan of your work. Though it hardly befits my situation to say this, or my station to say this, I was secretly hoping that you would show up to assist in the investigation. Doubtless the inspector, too, will also welcome a helping hand. The Sultan Sworn, the elite of Ulda's elite. I can only hope they prove more competent than the bungling mercenaries I've dealt with thus far. Inspector Briar, always one step ahead of us. Miss Ellie, Terra, a moment if you would. Right there, very good. Now face me and don't move an elm. Inspector, what is that in your cough? Wheeze. He just threw some stuff at me. Demasking dust, a formula of my own devising that will allow us to see right through the thief's disguises. Analyzing the mask left behind at Vesper Bay, I was able to identify its composition and synthesize a counteragent that would dissolve the disguise whilst leaving the wearer's face intact. In any event, it would appear the two of you are indeed who you appear to be. Well, I kind of hope so. Brilliant, Inspector. The Phantom Thief pulled the wool over our eyes for the last time. I fear it won't be so simple. The ingredients necessary to produce the dust are exceedingly rare. Even with the entire resources of the Sultan Sworn at our disposal, we were only able to produce a limited supply. I see. Well, I suppose it's better than nothing. That said, have you been able to identify the thief's next target? A hidden treasure of Ulda, the last of the 4 relics of Baladia. I fear not. I've pored through the histories time and again, but the only mention of these 4 relics is a vague reference in an old prophecy. Most serious scholars consider it little more than a fairy tale. When darkness falls and hopes fade to despair, 4 warriors born of light shall descend in the righteous glare. The legend goes on to describe 4 sacred artifacts, one each possessed by these 4 Beladian heroes, but makes no mention as to their appearance or nature. 3 times we have tried to identify the thief's target, and 3 times has he foiled us by making off with something else entirely. Needless speculation will only pay to the fiend's strengths. Not pay. Bear. All artifacts of Baladean origin have been sealed within the royal vault, and a regiment of our finest assigned to its protection. I have furnished all the guards with a supply of demasking dust and instructed them to be on the lookout for any suspicious personages. The blackguard will be in chains before he can lay a dirty hand on the vault doors, let alone the treasures within. You have our word, milady. No, they should make blackguard a class in this game. A job, not a class. Blackguard should be a job. It should be like a DPS version of a Dark Knight. Ooh, even better. The dark, brooding, spoopy version of a paladin, but DPS. But there are even more disturbing matters at hand. Doubtless you have heard of the recent rash of murders perpetrated by our quarry. The Sultan Sworn have launched an investigation, but the truth of the matter is that we have been far too occupied with the defense of the vaults to make any meaningful progress. We would be most grateful for any assistance you could offer. A lady asks, and a gentleman answers. Yay! Cast no worry from your heart, milady. Hildibrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, has arrived to set right what is wrong and bring the wicked to justice. And this must be the demasking dust that is the talk of the palace. Ah, but you need not waste your supply on me, Inspector. I assure you that I am exactly who I claim to be. A shame, that. Inspector Hildibrand, we were not expecting you, but your services are most welcome. I will share all I know about the recent murders. The killer has claimed 3 victims thus far. The head of a publishing consortium, a high-ranking government official, and an influential scholar. Other than that, they were all influential figures in their respective circles. We can identify no common threads connecting the 3. Oh ho! This will prove a most satisfying case to crack indeed. And what of the method of killing? Conked over the head with the cudgel? Gutted with the greatsword? Strangled with the subligar, mayhap? Oh my god. That would be so hilarious. Strangled with the subligar. Yeah, I mean... Yeah. Yeah. I'm afraid we've identified no pattern. In any event, the murderer plots the deaths of 2 more even as we speak. We must take action and quickly. Understood, my lady. Clues may be scarce, but worry not. My realm-renowned powers of deduction are more than up to the task. I will see this burglar turned butcher delivered to justice. Strangled with a subligar. Your presence is heartening indeed, Inspector Hildibrand. Friends, please take this demasking dust with you. Blah. I can't talk today. I fear we can spare but a single sachet, but I trust you will put it to good use. Alright. Come to accompany me on yet another case, friend. I like your gusto, but if you are auditioning to be my assistant, I fear that role has already been filled most ably. Still, a gentleman welcomes the support of all his admirers. I shall henceforth name you thusly, Tara, my ever-loyal associate. And now, my ever-loyal associate, the investigation calls. I propose that we begin by inspecting the site at the most recent victim met his demise. My questioning about the palace has revealed that the scholar's body was found not far from the 80 cents of Sasimo. Even the most circumspect of criminals cannot help but leave behind clues that will not elude my gaze. Friends, let us be off. Pray alert me should you see anyone suspicious, my ever-loyal associate. We must put forth Miss Phyllis's demasking dust to good use. Alright, so now we gotta go to the 80 Sins of Sasimo, which is gonna be in Western Thanalan, so we're gonna take the Gate of Satana. 20 minutes of straight up reading shit. Ugh. There we go. Already here. Where's my mount? Because it's been a while. Flowers. Yes, it is all becoming clear now. Our phantom killer is a florist, who, in his hurry to escape, carefully mislaid his wares. Just who do you think you're doing? Or no, sorry, just what do you think you're doing? I'm the one who put those flowers there. To honor the memory of my poor boy, you dare defile his memory? 1,000 pardons, milady. Please accept my most sincere condolences on your loss. I am Hildibrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire. I swear to you, on my own dear mother's name, that your son's killer will be brought to justice. Ahem, as I was just saying, these flowers were clearly placed here by the family deceased, which could only mean... Leave this place. Run away while you still can. Run far, far away. See, why can't you make any of your characters old? Everyone else can be old but you. Run, or he'll turn you into a zombie, just like my poor, poor boy. A living person turned into a zombie? Nonsense. Not nonsense, my boy. History. Or have you not heard of the horrors of Hildy? Aye, oldest Sibley nation, which we waged wars centuries ago. Against which, whatever. Much blood was shed by both sides, but I speak of far greater horrors than death. An unholy draught, brewed by a Sildan alchemist, one with the power to turn the living to the undead, that his nation might command an army of mindless, deathless soldiers. The traitor's spurn. They turned my poor boy into a heap rotten flesh, and ran him through. But you won't hear that from the Sultan sworn. Thou alone knows why, but they whisked the body away before I could so much as pay my last respects. The traitor Sporn, I'd heard the stories, but I never thought them true. To be able to procure such a frightening thing, just who are we dealing with here? A Sildan, I'm sure of it. Aye, only a Sildan would know the recipe. But the last remnants of Hildy died 4 centuries ago. Oh, they did. He calls himself the Phantom Thief, he does, but did it ever occur to you that he might be an honest-to-God's phantom? Heard the tales of my own great-great-grandma, I did, about the 4 relics of Belidia and the powers they hold, the power to exact justice. A spectre of Hildy has returned to wreak vengeance on us. Woe, woe unto us all. Have the warriors of light forsaken us? Have the 4 warriors of light. My dear boy, if only you become a traitor like your father, if only you kept your nose out of those history books, and never so much breathed the accursed name of Hildy. But you did, and now we're doomed. Doomed. Doomed! Doom, 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 doom. Doom, doom. We're all doomed. That bleeding whoreson's here somewhere. I can feel it in me follicles. Hey, it's the bald guy. The most potent hair tonic the realm has seen. Aye, that it was for all of a fortnight. That's 2 weeks. Before my flowing locks fell out all over again. And just as I was chatting up a lovely young lass at the quicksand just to twist the knife an extra ilm. Mount back, charlatan. I'll find that so-called inspector and his sorry band and pull every last strand of hair from their bleeding skulls. Just accept the baldness, dude. Accept the baldness. Revel in the baldness. Rock the baldness. What's next? It's all becoming clear to me now. The dear old woman's testimony has confirmed which I had suspected from the start. Like a zombie picking away at its rotting flesh, Hildibrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, has peeled away the foul scab of uncertainty to reveal the truth within. Open your eyes and feast your minds on the fruits of my flawless deduction. Ahem, our phantom thief is a phantom indeed, a wayward spirit caught between the realm of the living and dead for nigh on centuries since meeting a tragic end on the battlefield. As such, our course of action is clear. We must placate this tortured soul, that it might abandon its vengeful vendetta and travel to the next life in peace. But what is the true nature of the specter's grievances? Without this knowledge, we cannot hope to assuage its rancor. Let us begin our search of the Thaumaturge's Guild. Doubtless the tomes there contain a wealth of knowledge on the ill blood between the sibling nations. Notwithstanding the abject stupidity of everything else that came out of your mouth, some knowledge of Hildy might serve as well. Go research as you will, and do take as much time as you need. You can count on me, Inspector Briar. Whatever knowledge is to be gleaned at the guild, it shall not escape my inspector's eye. Alright, so now we gotta go to the Thaumaturge's Guild. The Guild of Midgets. Guild of creepy little people that will backstab you the first chance they get. Researching the ancient feud between Ulda and Hildy, are you? Most impressive. Young people these days show little interest in learning from the past. Anywho, I am pleased to say that I have more than a passing familiarity with an ancient history. To understand the history of the sibling nations, one must go back further still to the birth of their mother nation, Belladia. The fifth astral era was an age of untold wonders when the arcane arts burgeoned and the great civilizations that commanded such powers flourished. God, this is going to be so fucking boring. This age of enlightenment would not last, however. Power bred avarice, and avarice bred resentment. It culminated in the War of the Magi, which brought the Great Floods, the Sixth Umbral Calamity, which in turn swallowed once proud nations and left a battered wasteland in its wake. Mages were reviled and persecuted for having caused this catastrophe, with many forced to leave their homelands or face death. It was a small band of those survivors that found their way to Thanalan, where they found the nation of Belladia some 8 centuries agone. Ah, imagine a government of mages, by mages, and for mages. What wonders might have been wrought had Belladian civilization survived to this very day. Alas, this was not to be. Oh, we gotta talk to people? No! Why? Why would we talk to people? You don't say. It's not every day someone comes to our halls to research Hildy. As a fellow student of history, though I more than welcome the conversation. Belladian civilization flourished in relative peace until twin sons were born to the royal family. The two were fierce rivals, and when they came of age and their father passed, each one claimed that he was the rightful heir to the throne. Well, of course. With neither son willing to relinquish his claim, they agreed to split their kingdom in two, forming the twin nations of Ulda and Hildy. But not unlike the two proud princes, the sibling nations developed a penchant for rivalry. So, because they couldn't decide who was the rightful heir, they just split off into two nations. Ulda and Hildy. Alright, so the two city-states coexisted for several generations until the bad blood between them boiled over, culminating in an outright war. As you might deduce from the present state of affairs, Ulda emerged victorious, leaving its once proud Sibley nation in smoldering ruins. As the histories tell it, the battles fought between the sister nations were the stuff of nightmares. A desperate attempt to overcome Ulda's superior numbers, Sildan alchemists devised a most horrific stratagem. Employing a frightful formula known as the traitor's spurn, they brought their fallen warriors back as undead soldiers. Some theories have it that they even employed the potion on those of the living who were too weak or wounded to fight. Ugh. Sends shivers up the spine just thinking about it, no? It is truly a crowning glory of our fair nation that our forebears were able to emerge victorious against these horrors. That is scary. Scary, scary, scary. Alright, now I gotta go talk to the guild master here. I don't want to be a black mage, little midget, so don't try to recruit me. Let's see. 2 scales, one of gold, one of silver. The gold of Ulda weighing power or prosperity and power. The silver of Sildy weighing knowledge and power. But the power sought by the nations differed greatly, yes, greatly indeed. The power wrought by Uldan prosperity was that of justice and good, while the power wrought by Silda knowledge was horrific beyond belief. The power to rip the living soul out of a man and render him a mindless killing machine. On this matter, the histories are clear, but riddle me this, my friend. Who writes the histories, and what does it say of the words writ within? Yes, truth can be elusive and fickle as the shifting sands. As one example, did you know that in the war against Sildi, Uldan and Amalja warriors fought side by side? Likely, you did not. And neither did I until I encountered a faded passage in an ancient text buried deep in our archives. And yet, in the histories read by the populace, you will see no mentions of this most fascinating fact. Might it be that someone, at some time, deemed this particular truth less than convenient? But I have said enough already. It is very true that history is written by the victors, not so much the losers. My ever loyal associate, tell me, what have you learned from questioning of the scholars in these halls? A whole bunch of history crap. Ulda and Sildi and zombies. Indeed, as it happens, I have learned much the same. Let us take a moment to review and allow my peerless powers of deduction to work their magic. A war of succession divides the great civilization of Beladia, giving rise to the sibling nations of Ulda and Sildi. The two nations coexist for some generations until ill blood boils over, culminating in outright war. Daunted by Ulda's superior military might, Sildi employs their advanced alchemic knowledge to horrific ends, transform their own citizens, alive and dead, into a fearsome undead legion. Yes, I believe I have it. The facts at hand have led me to one unassailable conclusion. Our phantom thief is a descendant of doomed Sildi who seeks vengeance upon those who reduce his countrymen to slavery and zombies. To pacify his soul and send him peacefully to the next world, there is but one course of action. We must find the Sildan statesman who conceived this dreadful stratagem and have him apologize to the thief in person for the suffering he has wrought. Because that's logical. A brilliant plan. Perhaps you'd like to find yourself a shovel and dig the statesman out of his grave yourself? Leaving aside this nonsense of spirits and specters, it appears increasingly likely that our quarry shares some link to Sildi. His garish garb is no doubt meant to evoke the silver scares of the fallen sultanate. This Sildan connection would also serve to explain the rare knowledge of Belladine relics our thief clearly possesses. But what of the murder victims? What common thread amongst them could have incurred the ire of our adversary? A few people in town spoke of a man sighted calling upon the victims in the past days. Those who saw him said he had a most frightened air about him. Wait. Yes, it's coming to me. Of course. My keen investigator senses ring out with the voice loud and clear. This man Miss Ellie speaks of just might know something. You really should stop thinking so hard. You're like to strain a brain muscle. Miss Ellie, who is this man and where might we find him? My sources identified the man as Jujuria? I don't know. God, probably a stupid level with a retarded name that no one can pronounce. A traveling merchant known to frequent Horizon. Shall we pay him a visit? Yay, now I gotta go hop over to Horizon. At least that has an ether, right? Horizon you go. So the last time I was excited to go to Horizon, everyone was dead. No wait, that was Vesper Bay. Vesper Bay Massacre. Yes, if you've got business, make it quick. My time's too valuable to waste chatting with every stranger who passes by. Forgive us, good sir. My name is Ellie, a reporter with the Mithril Eye. Never blinking, all seeing, you know the rest. I was wondering if we could trouble you with a few questions. Was it for love or money that you killed them? Yes, you, the thief of many faces. Me, a thief? What is this nonsense? I don't know who you are, but ain't time or the patience for this memory. Now, if you'll excuse me, an important client awaits. I thought I recognized that voice. Lady Dorilda, well met indeed. Pray tell, whatever brings you to these environs this very day. Why, I live here, you half-headed half-wit, or you ham-headed half-wit. I can't read today. Inspector Breyer, this is an unexpected pleasure. Do you have some business with my associate here, pray tell? Juju, that's what we'll just call it. We can discuss business after. Pray lend the inspector here, the handsome one, whatever assistance he requires. Yeah. But Lady Dorilda, what about... Ah, yes. My dear Maria's name day present. I had in mind one of the prize pieces of Ashtame's latest seasonal collection. You would be able to procure one for me, yes? Or shall I eliminate the middleman and make the trip to Ul'dah myself? I'll just say it once more. I expect you to give the inspector and his companions your full assistance. They, yes, even the stupid one, help me regain something truly priceless. Yes, something more valuable than any mere trinket. Ugh, poor guy looks a little lost. Alright, I'll tell you what I know, but you didn't hear it coming from me. I was looking into killing on behalf of a client of mine. The thief's got himself some of that zombie dust to try to spurn, was it? And his cards speak of 5 victims. It got me thinking. Hildy, 5 victims. I, the Arbiters of Truth. The Arbiters of Truth, I'm not familiar with the name. Few would be, on account of them being something of a secret society and all. Influential personages of the Sultanate, you see, working from the shadows to keep false knowledge about the Ul'dah-Hildy conflict from reaching the ears of folk like you and me. False knowledge. What kind of... Okay, false knowledge, yes. What kind of false knowledge? Dolls balls, don't make me say any more. I've got a family to feed. Very well, just tell us one last thing. Who hired you and where can we find him? Hob. His name's Hob. When he heard what I said, he told me he was going to set sail for Limsa with his 5 best sellswords to guard his back. Said there were many prying eyes at the airship docks. Said he had a private ship docked waiting for him at Vesper Bay. But you didn't hear any of this from me. Alright, so this man, Hobb, must be one of the killer's targets. Doubtless he also knows the identity of the remaining one. They say the Arbiters are so secretive, they don't even know each other's true identities. Now, don't ask me how all that works. But Hobbs got high-ranking friends on the Brass Blades. Once he heard the victims had been all zombified, he panicked. Guess he knew that he'd be next. Alrighty, so now we're gonna probably go find Hobb. So what? Okay, so the secret society people have to pretty much keep the real truth from coming out, I guess. So they're control of all the fake news. Haha, get it? Because, you know, heaven forbid anyone know the truth of anything. I was like, wait, I don't remember seeing this before. Here we go. Master Hobb, is everything quite alright? No, stand back, Ellie. Hunger. I hunger for your brains. Where are some plans when you need them? Damn, there's no saving the man. Tara, do what you must. Ooh, I get to fight something? Or I guess not. Yes, my first-hand knowledge of zombies tells me this particular shade of green is unmistakably that of the undead. 'Twould seem we were a few moments late to the scene. A message, and then there was one. There it is again. Was something the matter, Inspector? Indeed, Nashu, there is. Ever since I picked up the trail of the Phantom Thief, I've had this fleeting sense, a sense that someone or something is watching us. The thief might be close at hand. We should be careful. For the moment, let us return and report our findings to Miss Phyllis. Secret Society or no, knowing the identities of its members may yet lead us to the final victim. I, too, had best return to the Mithril Eye. Let's meet up again after. I'll see what new clues I can uncover in the meantime. You will do nothing of the sort, Miss Ellie. These streets are far too dangerous for you to walk alone. Oh, look at Mr. Shiny Knight over there. Inspector, I'll go with her. If you insist, Nashu, then I give my leave. But pray be wary, not just of the thief, but of Miss Ellie. She has quite the temper, as we both know. Miss Ellie, there is something I must tell you when this case is over. Be safe, and promise me that you will not attempt anything rash, as you did that time when the fiend took aim at my own life. Aw, I bet he's, like, in love with her. Your life, at Costa del Sol. Yes, that was quite the ordeal, wasn't it? I'll be careful, I promise. I eagerly wait the day when I may hear what it is you would share with me. I love you, Ellie. Have my babies. That's what he's going to say. A secret vow? Oh ho, consider my interest piqued as well, good Inspector. Now let us be off. Miss Phyllis awaits our report. Alright, so now we gotta go back to Ulda. Grumble, grumble. So, Scholar's Walk over by the Alchemist Guild. A fourth victim? Thou have mercy. Were you able to glean aught of a connection to the other victims? The arbiters of truth? No, it cannot be. And Ellie is screaming, somebody help. Miss Ellie? The voice came from the direction of the vault. We must hurry. I want to go to the vault. Miss Ellie, are you hurt? That man, I only thought to ask him a few questions. Before I knew what was happening, he was upon me. I could only bash his brains with a conveniently placed bottle of mead, it would seem. Haha, remind me not to get on your bad side, Miss Ellie. That said, is Nashu not with you? She saw a figure lurking in the shadows and went off in pursuit before I could stop her. This man wears the armor of a Sultan's war squire, yet his face is unfamiliar to me. Something is amiss. The thief of many faces? To think we would find her a man like this. Thrice and again did the fiend elude our grasp, but no more. By virtue of a gentleman's ingenious deductions and a lady's pugilist puissance, I declare this case closed. I return this statue to you, Miss Phyllis. Whilst the gesture was appreciated, in the end it proved superfluous to my cracking the case. Of course he would drop it. While you're at it, is there anything else of immense value that you'd like to wantonly destroy? It's a face upon a face. What is the meaning of this? Ingenious. A double disguise planted by the thief to throw us off his trail, no doubt. This is Gaig, one of my most capable men. I assigned him to guard the vault and outfitted him with an ample supply of demasking dust. It is inconceivable that the thief could easily elude his grasp. Well, he did. Unless the thief was not wearing a mask. Speaking of which, has anyone seen Miss Ellie? No, that's impossible. Of course, it all makes perfect sense. With the Phantom Thief to thank for her burgeoning readership and rise to the ranks of the Mithril Eye, Miss Ellie could not bear to face the possibility of her story of a lifetime coming to an end. Thus, she hatched a plan to... My lady, the vault has been breached. The wise man's whisper, it's gone. For her foul crimes against the Sultanate, I hereby declare Ellie of the Mithril Eye, the thief of many faces, an enemy of the state. Deploy all troops and do not rest until she is in custody. Holy crap. Oh, there's a, I was gonna say, background. And now the game is truly afoot. What the hell? It's Gilgamesh. What is the meaning of all this racket and rumpus? And just as we were about to make our triumphant return, isn't that so, Enkidu? Enkidu. Enkidu. Whatever. Chicken. Miss Ellie! Miss Ellie! That shadow you said you saw? I think it was just a dormouse. To think he'd literally stumble face first onto the second mask. His good fortune truly knows no end. Not to worry. Yes, I dare say the Phantom Thief has another trick or two up his sleeve. Great. This is just getting better and better. My ever-loyal associate, we must find Miss Ellie, and quickly. Surely, if confronted by her constant companions, she can still be convinced to abandon this fool plan. Miss Phyllis, I thought you had already departed in the company of your men, but all for the better. Shall we conduct the search together? I fear that would only put them at greater risk. You see, the fifth and final member of the Arbiters of Truth, the Phantom Thief's final target, is none other than Hildibrand Manderville? Me, mind you, it is not a role I sought of my own accord. My name and my passion for history are somewhat well known in the Sultanate. One day I received an anonymous letter saying that a position the committee had opened and I had been chosen to fill it. The letter went on to enumerate my duties, to prevent the spread of historical lies that would sully the name of our illustrious nation. As a high-ranking officer in the Sultan Sworn, I was deemed to be in a particularly unique position to serve as an arbiter. I knew that there were other members of the organization, but was told nothing of their names or identities. To think my unknown compatriots were the victims all along. I cannot put any more lives in danger. I will sequester myself in a place where my presence can cause no harm until such time as the killer is apprehended. Your concern for our well-being is most touching, Miss Phyllis, but there is no need for such caution. As a seasoned inspector, I am more than capable of protecting a lady in distress. And as a gentleman, that is exactly what I shall do. My associates here also stand at your side. Speaking of which, has anyone seen my loyal assistant? What the hell? I'm right behind you, jackass. Inspector, over here. Oh, that one. Ah, there you are, Nashu. You really shouldn't run off on your own like that. I was worried sick about you. I'm sorry, Inspector. Miss Ellie said she saw somebody in the shadows, so I went to go take a look. Now, there wasn't anything there but a dormouse, but it was a really cute dormouse, you see. It just kept squeaking and scurrying away, and I just... Pardon me for a moment, Nashu. Yes, my inspector speaks to me. Someone is watching us. Terror, let us split up and canvass our surroundings. Okay, so let's see who's following us. Water-stained letter. A water-stained letter lies conspicuously on the floor. Be wary and be warned. Alrighty. There is another water-stained letter. What does it say? Trust no one and your friends all the less. Alright. Looks like one more down here. This will avail you well. Use it wisely. You obtain a sachet of demasking dust. In the next instant, you feel an intimidating presence behind you. If it isn't my beloved son's staunch companion, the mighty Terra. I was in the area on a matter of business, which I curtailed when I felt a suspicious presence from the shadows. Pursuing it led me here, and mayhap it is the same for you? At least he's got clothes on. Sort of. Oh, so your pursuit of the thief of many faces has taken quite the unexpected turn, and now you've come upon a series of anonymous letters. Mayhap our watcher in the shadows is a friend, or is but another trap laid by the fiend. Yes, the plot thickens like a dollop of salamander oil. In either event, I dare say the circumstances call for utmost caution. The thief could be anywhere or anyone, myself excluded, of course. No mere mask could replicate the physique of this Manderville man. Okay. That said, I fear my dear Hildy may be and a bit over his head this time. Allow me to assist in your investigation. Were anything to happen to Hildibrand, his dear mother would, not be pleased. Oh, I'm like, where'd the Sparkly go? Sparkly went bye-bye. Bye-bye, Sparklies! Good, Bert. If the sender speaks true, the villain now lurks within our midst, and yet we have but a single sachet of demasking dust at our disposal. We must identify the impostor beyond reasonable doubt before we proceed. You know the players better than I, Terra. What say you have a few words with each of them and see if aught seems amiss? Alright, so let's talk to Mr. Briar. Miss Ellie is the phantom thief. It is the only logical conclusion, and yet I cannot help but feel that another truth still evades us. Phyllis? Am I doomed to share the same fate as the others? I'd sooner die than become one of those things. And Nashu! Inspector Briar told me all about it. Who would have thunk Miss Ellie was the phantom thief all this time? She sure fooled me. Back to Godbert. Nothing particular odd about any of them, you say? It stands to reason the fiend would not take such a risk if you were not utterly confident that he could pull off the ruse. Curses! This one's not half the fool his son is. I must elude him, and quickly. Time is of the essence. I question the Sultan sworn outside. To a man they insist they have seen naught of Miss Ellie. Wherever could she have gone? Father, what brings you here? Yes, finally the pieces are coming together. Now if you would kindly stand still and shut up. The fiend already stands among us. Inspector Briar, I should hope you are not doubting me. While I'm convinced that even a master impersonator would struggle to recreate a particular brand of idiocy, the fact remains that anyone here who has spent even a moment alone must be considered a suspect. The thief has proven to be highly efficient at assuming new identities. An astute observation, my gangly friend. I'd say this occasion calls for a dose or two of that powder Terra here found earlier. There wouldn't happen to be another sachet or two lying about, would there? What remains of our supply has already been distributed to the search party, but worry not. They should be reporting back within a bell's time. Ha! Time might be against me, but just you watch. I'll wiggle my way out of this and turn you into the reeking, drooling corpse you deserve to be. I fear that is more time than we can afford, Miss Phyllis. Fortunately, my powers of deduction will lay the fiend's face bare within minutes. We know that given the choice, the thief prefers to impersonate familiar personages. As Miss Ellie has only had passing interactions with my dear father, we can safely eliminate him from consideration. That leaves myself, Nashu, and Tara here. Nashu and I, in particular, have had a close and extended relationship with our suspect. I shall begin by questioning my own assistant. I assure you that none know her better than I. Brilliant reasoning as ever, Inspector. Go on, ask me anything. Of all the times for this overstuffed buffoon to start talking sense. If he asks me anything too obscure, my cover is as good as blown. My relationship with Nashu was so close, I dare say at times it is as if we share a mind. If this Nashu is truly my ever-loyal assistant, I thought I was your ever-loyal assistant. She should have no trouble completing my thoughts. Ahem. I am a Manderville man. Doing what only a Manderville can. From the peaks of Corthus to Thonalon, Manderville, man. You're the best, Inspector. A perfect score. You may rest easy, dear friends. This is unmistakably, unequivocally, undoubtedly the true Nashu. I've never loved you more than now, you marvelous muttonhead, you. Nashu, is something the matter? Just because you've picked up a few more wrinkles beneath the eyes, there's no need to avert that charming face of yours. Wrinkles? Wrinkles? Look who's talking, you crusty, cretinous old... genius inspector? The charade is up, Miss Ellie. I can't believe we beat Ellie. It's definitely not Ellie. Miss Ellie, you look somehow different. Hey, it's my triplet. There's like dozens of us. There's dozens. Or at least 3. Okay, let's see how okay, I should probably take my hat off real quick. Well, not really take it off, but hide it. Alright, let us see how... me and that stupid Dumbo. How alike we look. We'll say she's a fraternal triplet. Ooh, we get some glamour dispeller. Seven hells, done in by muscle-bound Muttonhead and his motley troop of mummers. Just who are you? Your resemblance to Miss Ellie is most uncanny, and yet... Consulting Inspector Breyer. Once again, you failed to measure up to your lofty reputation. Of course we resemble each other. Ellie is, after all, my own flesh and blood, my beloved sister, and my eminently capable partner in crime. 1,000 faces I may wear, but only one name do I bear. You can call me Cece. Charmed, I'm sure. Are you quite alright? Why, you look as if you've seen a ghost. Despite my moniker, I assure you that Ellie and I are no specters. What we are, mind you, are the last living scions of Sylvan aristocracy. Aristocracy? Bemused, are you? Befuddled to find two sisters behind the mask? Try using your brains once in a while. Every time you encountered the thief, Ellie was standing right in your midst. No, the thief that 4 times stole the show, oh, and those priceless relics, was me. Meanwhile, Ellie hid in plain sight, supplying me with just the knowledge I needed to stay one step ahead of my pursuers, all while spinning the hair-raising tales of my exploits that won the hearts of this nation. We owe you a lot, truly. Why, without the tales of your hapless attempts to catch me, we never could have risen to the heights of celebrity. Miss Cece, from a gentleman to a lady, I would ask you one thing and one thing only. Just what is it that you and Miss Ellie hope to accomplish with all of your schemes? Justice. 400 years ago, Uldan dogs reduced our great nation to a nation of zombies. At long last, the cowards that would still justify these foul deeds will suffer the same fate. Wait. The histories say that it was the Hildy that turned their own men into zombies. The history is a lie, and you work from the shadows, silencing those who would speak the truth. You should have died with your fellows, false arbiter. Ah, that makes sense. It was Ulda that ordered the creation of that dreadful powder, and wielded it as a weapon against our proud ancestors. The history of your glorious sultanate is built on a lie. What is this madness you speak, woman? Not madness, truth. The powder in my possession was stolen from the Uldan army 4 centuries ago by one of my ancestors. They say it was his final act of courage in the moments before his leg fell off and his rotting head dropped from his shoulders. And that's a lovely image. This is what the truth the histories don't tell. The truth that this doe-eyed Sultan Sworn would kill to keep buried in the sands of Thanalan. But your time of reckoning is nigh. Oh yes, before long you and everyone in this rotten nation will know firsthand the horrors of my ancestors knew. And just what do you mean by that? Oh, how the idiots slap up the stories. A masked crusader for justice? A dashing rebel waging battle against power and authority? Oh, if only they knew. But they will soon see enough when they're eating each other's brains out on the streets. In the last days before our proud nation was razed to the ground, a band of the final survivors stole a vast quantity of the powder from the olden vaults, hiding it away in a secret vault sealed with powerful magics. The sole means by which the vault may be opened? By assembling 4 secret relics from Belladia. 4 relics once housed in the royal palace of Hildy, before the Uldan dogs stole them and claimed them for their own. And so it dawns upon you at last. Yes, even as we speak, Ellie makes for the vault. The 4 relics safely in hand. Just think. One day you'll be able to tell your grandchildren you were there when zombie powder rained down on Ulda. No wait, you'll all be dead. Preposterous. So, I guess we gotta go find Ellie now? But first you, my dear, you will not even have the pleasure of looking upon the last moments of your precious homeland. Let your flesh rot like all of your rotten lies. I think not, Miss Cece. Uh-oh. And he got hit with the powder. And now he's green. Hildibrand. You idiot! Just for once, could you not get in the way? Hildibrand Manderville. I can't even trust your sorry arse to look after him for a day. Uh-oh. Hey, wasn't she the one that we saw talking with Ultros in the last episode. I knew it! That presence watching over us from the shadows. It was you, my dear wife. So, Godbert is a goldsmith, and it looks like she is a cook, a culinarian with her cast iron skillet. Maybe I should go be a cook and whack things with my cast iron. Ah, little baby chocobo birds! Ahem. Am I to understand that you are Hildibrand's mother? Aye, this is more like it. Hand to hand, skillet to skillet. It's enough to send a warrior's pulse racing. Prepare yourself, Terror. The time of our final confrontation is nigh. How many times do I gotta fight you? Ah! Wow. Holy shit. Do ye have popotos for brains, you overstuffed buffoon? My beloved boy's been turned to a stinking corpse if you hadn't bloody noticed. Popotos. You, Terror or something, was it? Her name is Julian. Hildy's told me all about your hijinks together. Pleased to meet you. My dear boy's always had a bit of a rebellious streak. What can I say? I can come on a bit too strong at times. But can you blame me? This time I thought I'd sit back and leave things to my sorry arse husband here, and look what that got me. You'll help me out, won't you? Yeah, like, I'm gonna fuck with you, lady. Beating everybody with the cast iron skillet. Holy shit, man. So, she's been lurking. So that person in the shadows this whole time, that's been her. His mom. She looks kind of young, though. Like super young. Reunited with my dear boy for the first time in ages, and just look at him. He's green. It ain't easy being green. Fortunately, there's still time to reverse the zombie curse, and I know just the remedy. A phial of holy water. The ingredients are simple. A tatter of oversold rags, and a phial of twice distilled water. Seeing God at the market stocks the former, and the latter you can procure from a trader by the name of Jest. Now hurry. Once the poison spreads throughout his veins, no antidote will save him. In the meantime, I will search for the bumbler's bumbling assistant. With any luck, Miss Nashu is still alive. Ouch, that smarts. Egads, Hildy. You're looking none too hardy yourself. No thanks to you, you bumbling oaf. Now what are you going... Now, are you going to accompany Terror here and make yourself useful, or do I have to reintroduce you to that wall? But of course, milady, Gilgamesh is ever at your service. Singot sundries, was it? Come now, Terror, there is work to be done. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be smacked into a wall with a cast iron skillet. Holy shit. And that dude is huge. Alright, so we gotta go here, Sapphire Avenue. So we'll just go take the teleport over. Taking the teleport. As soon as I get there. Oh, wait, there's a picture. Oh, just an airship. Well, that might have been something else. Boop. Alright, Sapphire Avenue Exchange. Boop. Alright. Let's see what you got, Singot. Oversold rags, you say? I fear that I've only a single tatter left in stock, and it's already been spoken for. But my good man, you must reconsider. My dear friend's life, and quite possibly mine own as well, hangs in the balance. I sympathize with your plight, friend, but a man has to make a living. I've been promised a copious supply of rare shimmer membrane for these rags. Unless you can offer me the same, no deal. Gah, and you expect us to be able to summon such a rarity out of nowhere at a moment's notice? Well, look what we have here. If it isn't the Warrior of Light from the Colosseum. Funny who you meet at the markets. Oh, it's you. She's like super ripped. As it happens, I just returned from my training, and the slaying of 10 chimeras just happened to be my task for the day. If a chimera's membrane you seek, you're more than welcome to share it. To a share. Whatever. How convenient. My lady, you are far too kind. Don't mention it. If it hadn't been for Inspector Hildibrand and Tara here, I'd still be tag teaming with that slimy beast and shooting my way to fame and fortune. And I'm a woman who pays her debts. Is her last name Lannister? Thou'll take me if it wasn't Avila the Tempest. Ever since she confessed to her trickery and started climbing back up from the bottom of the ranks, I've been proud to call myself one of her biggest fans. Why, I have a mind to give you the rags you simply seek for the privilege of meeting her. A kind sentiment, my good man, but we are more than happy to hold our side of the bargain, aren't we, Tara? And with this, our task here is done. Let us find this traitor named Jest. Alright, so let's see. I guess back over to Chamber of Rule, looks like. Ah, here he is. The blundering Manderville boy is on his last legs. You need something of mine to save him, you say? Perhaps you can give me a good reason why I should care. Those bloody Mandervilles are richer than the traitors themselves, yet they have the audacity to haggle me down to the last gill for every purchase. If the family line ended today, I'd be a happier and wealthy man. And now I believe the ballroom calls. Good day to you, and do pass along my condolences to the grieving parents. What a dick. Have you not a shred of honor or compassion in that spindly body? Business rival or no, the man is on death's doorstep. After the events of that day, my father would not so easily forgive and forget, but it matters not to me. No, my love for you is as deep as the 7 seas. I beg of you, milady, may I have this dance? Oh, it's what's-her-nuts. Arabella, that was what her name was. Tara, what a lovely surprise. Are you here for the ball, perchance? Heavens, the poor inspector. Well, if it isn't the lapis maiden in the flesh, what say you bid farewell to the grinning, or to pretty fops and scruffy adventurers, and share a dance with a cultured gentleman befitting your great beauty? You're a dick. Why, it would be a pleasure and an honor both, my lord. What a dick! Provided you first provide my good friend Tara with the bottle of twice distilled water that she seeks. Ah. You know this woman? Bah, if that is the price you would set, then so be it. Take it. It's barely worth its weight in gil anyway. Now shall we, Miss Arabella? I knew Hildy to be a worthy rival, but to think he was this beloved by so many. Clearly this realm would deeply mourn his loss. Quickly, Tara, let us deliver these goods while there is still time to save him. At least Gilgamesh has some honor. Alright, now we're just gonna hop over to the other side. Let us take a look. Oh, Hildy. You're so green. Let's see if I can get a screenshot. Alrighty. Let's talk to Julian. Julian. My great big gigantic bow. I trust the two of you wouldn't dare to come back empty-handed. Alright, so here is your oversoul rags and your twice distilled water. Bloody brilliant. I'd take you over my muscle-headed half-wit of a husband any day. Now stand back and let me show you some real Manderville home cooking. Thal, you bloody bugger, guide my skillet. Aye, that should stop its spread. Now it's up to Hildy to flush what's left out of his system. Don't worry, he's my son after all. I reckon he's still got some fight left in him. Look who I found. She was slumbering, obviously in a rubber-strewn corner of Pearl Lane. Boy, did that nap feel good. Yes, I'm sure it did. Tara, word has it that Ellie has been sighted at the Silden ruins. We must go there with all haste. You've done well by my dear boy today. Don't worry, I'll handle things from here. There's a nice warm bed for him, and I think I know a few specialists who might know a thing or two about his condition. What in the seven hells are you standing around for? The future of Alda is at stake. Tara, my strength is yours as well. For Ulda and for our friend Hildy. Aww. You're so sweet. You remind me of my husband. What with you having more muscles than sense. If you're so keen on making yourself useful, why don't you run to the markets and bring me some fire crystals? Keeping my dear boy warm is key to fighting out the zombification. Let's see, I believe 20 crates or so should suffice. I am a warrior, not an heir. Yes, my lady. Well, you know what? Everyone treats me like an errand person, so you can be treated like an errand person for once. I'm gonna go off to save the world. You can run my errands. Thank you. Looking at the market board. That's funny. I say, Enkidu, the burden we must bear, simply to secure my long-awaited final confrontation with Tara. That said, the events of today have given me cause to reflect. Tara and Hildy both. Oh, to be so blessed with veritable legions of friends tried and true. But alas, not I. No, only one true friend have I ever known, and she is long lost to me. You are a fine bird, and have given me great comfort in my travels, but you will never be Enkidu, my one and true companion. Oh, my friend, were you here with me? Even Tara could not stand against our combined might. Oh, Enkidu, wherever you may wander, hear my words and return to my side. Enkidu, do you hear me? Enkidu. So melodramatic. Ye gods! What was that flash from the heavens? It nearly blinded me. And what? The crystals? Where have they gone? Uh-oh. Oh, shit. Fancy meeting you here, old friend. That voice. Could it be? My faithful companion. Why must you always make me wait so? Shit. He just summoned Enkidu with the fire crystals. Holy fuck. Alright, so this is the last quest of this portion. And we're gonna get Wind Up Gentleman Minion. So if Clockwork Hildibrand doesn't quite roll off the tongue, both Minion of Inquiry and Mammoth Extraordinaire are acceptable alternatives. And then we get the Manderville Coatee, the Manderville Bottoms, and we get the title Most Gentlemanly. Or maybe that's just a emote, I'm not sure. What are you dilly-dallying around here? Let me jog your memory. There's a moonsick maiden digging around at the Hildy excavation site with her mind set on turning Ulda into the land of the walking dead. Your concern for Hildy is most touching, but don't worry. Mommy Dearest isn't going to let her beloved son kick the bucket that easily. Alright, so now we gotta go to the excavation site. So, we're gonna teleport to Black Brush Station and ride our butts over there. Ride the booties over there. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, I said ride, and now I'm walking. Whoops. There they are. We've managed to track down Miss Ellie just up ahead. Where your friends watch over her as we speak. No matter how many times we try to reach out to her, she refuses to so much as answer. Ugh. We considered physically capturing her, but that crate she's sitting on isn't just a makeshift chair. It's filled to the brim with traitor spurn. One misstep and the consequences could be dire indeed. You are our only hope, Tara. Even her single-minded rage, surely the time you spent together must still count for something. You need not put yourself in undue danger. I only ask that you step forth to where your voice may be heard and call out your friend's name. I beg of you, Tara. Surely if anyone can convince the woman to abandon her madness, it is you. So, we're supposed to go to the spot and yell out Ellie in the Say channel. Why am I walking? So we gotta go all the way over here. Okay. So say Ellie. Oops. That's not gonna work. Ellie! Ellie! Don't do it, Ellie! I thought we were friends. Guess not. Tara, I suggest you leave this place while you still can. I bear you no grudge, but should you so much as think of interfering, I'll not hesitate to turn you into a zombie too. I thought we were like sisters, though. So it was you after all. Consider me disappointed. And here is where we watch his heart shatter into a million bajillion pieces. And he cries on the inside. Look, he's crying on the inside. See? Man tears on the inside. Your sister Cece is already in custody. Surrender now and I will see that no harm befalls her. He's crying on the inside. How little you understand us, Inspector. Then again, how could one born into a life of power and privilege ever hope to understand? Cece and I have no family, no friends, no fortune, nothing. Two sisters against the world, with only our quest for justice to give us meaning. Long ago we made a vow. Should the worst happen, our mission takes priority over all. Yes, over our own wretched lives. Do you see now? Anything I might have once had to lose, I lost long ago. Now stand down, or suffer the same fate as the Uldon dogs you would defend. Ellie, stop this madness. Because I want to marry you, and you have my babies. I'm sorry, Inspector. Wow, zombies everywhere. Actual zombies. There's too many of them. Why is he getting naked to fight? That makes no sense. All of day's work for Manderville man. Let me fight you naked with my hammer. Wow, that's a big hammer. Wow. Holy shit. You only delay the inevitable. I have an entire legion of the undead at my beck and call. Face it. It's only with Inspector Hildibrand's ridiculously good fortune that you even made it this far. And he's as good as 6 palms under. Be a forewarned, girl. Know that I speak from experience when I say, underestimate Hildy, and you do so at your own peril. I'm afraid you underestimate me as well. No mere splash of holy water can stave off the effects of traitor spawn. I fear the good inspector's luck has finally run out. Thal's balls. Is there no end to them? I'm not liking our chances. Greg, was it? It's a shame to lose you, Tara. Warrior of light that you are. You might have yet served one last purpose for us. Go forth, my zombie minions. Damn. Uh-oh. Huh! It's the bald guy, too. When darkness falls and hope fades to despair, 4 warriors born of light shall descend in the righteous glare. Bugger me with the broadsword, or my eyes to be believed? That pose. No, those are not 4 warriors of light that I see. They are 4 gentlemen of light. Just so, my good man, Hildibrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, has made his triumphant return. Did you miss me? Aye, we meet again, girl. Tell me you've got my Snorble tonic, or I'll fashion myself a wig from your lovely locks after I rip them clean from your bloody head. Oh, hello. Hello there, Master Elazar. Cor, you're looking absolutely resplendent today. Just go bald, dude. Impossible. The holy water couldn't have cured him. It didn't. Fortunately, our overlord spent quite some time building up an immunity to zombie powder. Because he was with zombies. When we heard that Master Zombiebrand was at risk of joining the actual dead, we knew we had to take action. Unimmunity to? I'm just going to pretend that that makes any kind of sense. Then you got Humphrey in the background, like all dancing around like, yay! The game is up, Miss Ellie. Pray abandon this madness. Besides, plots of mass murder hardly suit a lady like yourself. It's over. It's all over. Inspector Breyer, you said there was something you would tell me when all this was through. I imagine you have no words for me now. Ellie, your powers of deduction are wanting. You said that you had lost everything and everyone you had to lose, did you not? As for me, I have found something. Someone with whom I intend never to part. Aww. I care not if it takes years, even decades. When you emerge from your jail cell, a free woman, I will be there. What say you? Aww. Aww. That chick's ugly. Miss Ellie, while the crimes perpetrated by you and your sister are unpardonable, you are far from the only ones guilty. On behalf of the syndicate, I offer my apologies for the false aspersions cast upon your ancestors. You said that the nation of Ulda was built on lies. Seeing what I have seen today, I cannot deny your words. It will not be an easy task to rewrite, nay, restore history, but know this. I will do everything in my power to bring the truth to the fore. I wonder what's going to happen with Enkidu that he just, like, fucking summoned. With the fire crystals. Ahem, are we not forgetting someone here? And by someone, I mean me? If you're quite done playing Cloak and Dagger, I require Terra's presence for a matter of far greater importance. Aye, the time of our too long delayed confrontation is nigh. Sour face. Why the long face, friend? But mayhap this will have you singing in a happier tune? Ugly. Could it be the treaty blade and the true one at that? But I don't use swords. None other. I have not the slightest intention of parting with it, save to the one who would defeat me in a single combat. Ah, but I misspeak. It will not be single combat this time. Is that my cue, old friend? Thou be merciful. What is that abomination? Some new breed of void scent? Abomination? I'll thank you to address my companion with courtesy, girl. Ah, but 'twas the most curious thing. There I was, hauling a crate full of crystals for Hildy's mother, and thinking how much better things would be if my dear friend Enkidu were here. And then came a flash from the heavens, and the next thing I knew, there she was. By the gods, it makes perfect sense. Doubtless the crystals heard Craig's heartfelt plea, summoning forth his friend. Nay, no mere friend, but rather the primal Enkidu. And the world has now completely and utterly ceased to be bound by the laws of logic. Terra, you may have bested me in the past, but facing the two of us together will not prove so easy a task. And yet, I trust you will not shirk from the challenge. I, Enkidu, and I shall wait you at Amdapor Keep. Okay, well now. 'Tis a ways from here, but what better venue for our climatic confrontation? If you would claim the treaty blade, then claim it for me as a warrior. To the skies, Enkidu, to the skies. So now I really gotta fight him now? Did we have like a bajillion battles with this guy? 2 against 1? That's not very gentlemanly of you, Greg. Come, Terra, to Amdapor. Amdapor. This is a grave development indeed. To think that one man could summon a primal on his own. I must send word to the scions at once. I'm kinda am a scion. You don't really need to do that. Oh, but of course, I had near forgotten we had a warrior of light in our midst. Oh, silly me. Please, Terra, you are our only hope to slay the primal and reclaim the blade. Please, Terra, you are our only hope. Please, Terra, you're our only hope. Please, Terra, you're our only hope. Broken records. Alright, so now gotta figure out Black Shroud, Quarry Mill. And as always, I get lost. Beep, 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 beep. How did he get there? Ahem. Oh, wait. Okay. Is that you, Terra? Pray forgive me. I was right on Greg's trail when I encountered a subterranean curiosity that demanded my immediate attention. Yeah, I'm sure. I will be concluding my investigation forthwith, but in the meantime, might I trouble you to entertain Greg and his primal friend in my stead? Together we will reclaim the treaty blade from that knave, Terra. Yes. Just go on ahead. I'll be along directly. Alright, and now we have access to Battle in the Big Keep. So we will BRB when the queue pops. Bye. Queue popped. Yay. Let's see if I can remember how this fight goes. This fight, I believe, goes in 2 parts. At long last we meet again on the battlefield. I dare say Enkidu shall come to enjoy our tussles as much as I. You, however, might not find this one so enjoyable, unless you enjoy getting pounded senseless. Ha. So I think we focus on killing the birdie. Whoa. Alright, so if you get tethered with someone, you gotta run towards them, I think. I got turned into a chicken. Nothing to do. Oh my god, seriously? Alright, if you're a chicken, you see these little tornadoes, you gotta hit them, because as chickens, you don't take damage for those little tornadoes. See? So... Alright, part 2 of the fight. I'm gonna run all the way out here. I'm gonna skip the cutscene because they will start the battle without you. I've been locked out before. Anyways, just him being like, ruff, ruff. Alright, so this guy, avoid AoEs and DPS down the dragon heads when they come up. Otherwise, it's pretty much taking space. And iron chains. And yay. All that's done. To think my full complement of arms would avail me not. Oh, crap. No more hijinks from Gilgamesh, you have my word. The Treaty Blade 2 I shall return, just as soon as I remember where I hid it. Anyway, I yield to your unparalleled puissance. Spare my insignificant life. Yada yada. So yay. Ooh, I got the chicken. Finally. Wow, a 98. Huh. Ah, I lied again. You can take that fusty old blade for all I care. I thirst for true power, and not save the strongest of swords. Warrior of Light, you've proved a worthy opponent, but I warn you, treasure every moment with your weapon. For as sure as day follows night, the hour will come like claim it as my own, till we meet again. Why can't he just leave me alone? I thought we were friends. I thought we were friends. Oops. I got the chicken. Okay, wrong one. Wrong one. Alright, let's go to minion. And we're gonna put this. We're gonna have the chicken following us everywhere we go. What ho, Terror! Have you seen Greg and his oversized avian companion? Lead me to them at once, and we shall deliver the coup de grace together. I've already done it. The battle has already been won? That is triumphant news indeed. Clearly the lessons you have learned from me have not been for naught. Oh, what's this you say? The treaty blade lies hidden somewhere in the nearby wood? Worry not, my ever-loyal associate, for no buried treasure will escape the keen eye of Hildibrand, agent of inquiry and inspector extraordinaire. Now, which way was the forest again? Because it's, you know, not anywhere. Terra, what news of the primal and the treaty blade? Put some clothes on, man. Remarkable. I knew the Warrior of Light would emerge triumphant. Let us hope the Inspector Hildibrand enjoys similar success in finding the blade. Such design, such craftsmanship, at once bold and powerful, yet sensitive and refined. I believe I found the inspiration for my next masterpiece. Of course they're beautiful. They were the greatest treasures of lost Hildy. To think they were locked away in the vaults of those that destroyed our homeland and dragged our ancestors' names through the mud. Just how did you come to know of these long-lost relics? There was an ancient scroll passed down in our family, left to us by our dear grandmother. It spoke of the 4 warriors of light, their 4 relics, and an incantation of untold power. If we could have wielded this magic of legend, Ellie and I might still have had the last laugh. Alas, speaking the words had no effect. Only a warrior of light can wield the power, or so the legend goes. Ah, what I wouldn't have given to see it. The ultimate achievement of the greatest mages this realm has ever known. And just what sort of incantation is this? The ring casts upon the doors of justice. The wise man whispers a verdict true. Azima's virtue shines down from the heavens. To complete the incantation, the warrior of light would then hold forth the treaty blade and speak, "Blade in hand, I swear unto you." The legends differ as to what happens next, but all speak of a great holy radiance shining down from the heavens. Over here, friends, Hildibrand, agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, returns with tidings most triumphant. What a doofus. Oh my. Behold, safe in my hands, none other than the treaty blade, and the real one, this I swear unto you. Yes, just like that. I swear unto you. Then... My word! Whatever is this odd tingling sensation? Ridiculous! Hildibrand isn't a warrior of light. He's just some fool who thought he could stop the lesser moon with his own bare hands. Uh-oh. It would seem the treaty blade is just as confused as the rest of us. No, the light! Someone stop it! I won't stand to see the legendary power of our forefathers wielded by this muscle-bound buffoon. Oh my. Skyward ho! Well, I dare say that proved to be a most useful incantation indeed. And so the light of justice that shone from the treaty blade banished the shadow, returning peace to the land. So the legend ended. I must say, I never expected it to be quite literally a beam of light. I suppose it wouldn't have been much use to us after all. Inspector, oh Inspector, wait for me! Those balls, Hildy. First you almost die at your poor mother's feet, and now you fly off to God's know where without even giving her a kiss goodbye? It appears that a case of wanderlust has once again struck Hildibrand, as it has many a Manderville man before him. Godspeed, my boy. When the day comes that you, tired of mystery solving, your dear old man will be here to pass on to you the family art. Which family art? The art of goldsmithing or the art of cooking? So in the end, the sealed-in incantation of legend was wielded not by a warrior of light, but a gentleman of light? Well, the treaty blade is some 6 centuries old after all. Perhaps it's not quite as sharp as it used to be. Bye, Hildy! Until we meet again, maybe. The magic that brought peace and happiness to the people of Belladia. It was every bit as beautiful as I imagined. To think I would see it with my own eyes, and something short of a dream come true. He bumbles and stumbles through yet another case, and still he manages to make a girl's dream come true. Jealous much? Sorry, the love of your life is going to be in prison for a little while. A gentleman to the end. The bloody bastard. What's this? A glint in the corner of my eye? A curious scent wafting in on the winds of a far-flung land? Do I smell a case? Worry not for me, my friends, for wherever the wronged want for succor, I, Hildibrand, shall be there. I missed the rest of it. Oh well. Well, that's done. I want those Mandadrogas as like minions. I want to collect them all. Hildibrand will return? Maybe. Maybe not. I wonder where he went. Well, that concludes all of the Hildibrand Manderville quest lines. So, that's like, that was five episodes. So yeah, so that's it. So, I know it continues on post Heavensward. So, next time we pick up, I'll be going through the MSQ. All that drudgery of 100 quests to get to Heavensward. Yay. Won't that be fun? You can now follow me on Instagram for screenshots and whatnot from my various bajillion characters. So you can follow me on Instagram at ZilzenZilvtor. I mean, really. But I'm trying to make it easy. So I will see you when we pick up at the MSQ. This is ZilzenZilvtor. Bye!